All right. That brings us to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, officially marking the beginning of tonight's call. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Welcome, Bobby. Welcome, Zane, Carl, Doug, Dave, Craig, Gretchen, and whoever else I'm sure is to join us in these next following minutes. Live stream is up and running. We're going out on Rumble, YouTube, X, and Facebook. If you're catching the live stream on any of those social media platforms and you would like to join us on the call itself here on Zoom, you can do so by going to BeatCancer.org and clicking on the weekly call button at the top of the screen in the top menu bar. We will be getting started shortly. We have a couple topics of discussion to pose to the group. We also welcome people's um, topics in the chat or when we open the floor. We have an official intro video that will roll now, and then we will get off to it. So
Hello, and welcome to the Beat Cancer Answer, brought to you by BeatCancer.Org, the Center for Advancement in Cancer Education. We believe that 90% of all cancers could be eliminated through environmental and lifestyle choices alone, and science agrees. Unfortunately, most people don't know it. So we provide the education that can help you prevent, cope with, and beat cancer through diet, lifestyle, and other immune-boosting approaches. In every video, we will feature an expert who can teach us how to become part of that 90% who could prevent getting diagnosed with cancer. But if you already have cancer, we have empowering information for you too. Over the past 40+ years, our nonprofit counseling service has helped thousands of cancer patients get back into the driver's seat when it comes to their personal journey of healing cancer and preventing future recurrence. If we helped you learn just one thing today about how to prevent, cope with, or beat cancer, then we have succeeded in our mission. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. We appreciate all of your feedback and love your suggestions. Your positive ratings help us to get discovered so we can help save more lives. Thank you again for joining us, and best wishes for good health from all of us at BeatCancer.Org.
All right. Can I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down if the audio was a good sound quality and
It was
volume for
good.
everybody? Cool. It feels like the Zoom settings change every single week, so I always have to make sure that it's coming through loud and clear. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. We have more friends joining us, and we will officially get off to it. As a reminder, nothing that's said in this call is intended to be taken as explicit medical advice. We're here to share information, share resources with each other, but we are not here to diagnose, treat, nor cure any ailment, cancer, or otherwise. Um, Other ground rules, please be sure that your microphone is muted when you are not speaking. This way we avoid unexpected interruptions and you know, disturbances to the call. You are welcome, of course, to unmute your mic when you are speaking. And if you're not in a position to speak, you can, of course, share your comments in the chat. Again, for our friends on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and X, if you'd like to share your comments in the comment section on the social media platforms, we will be monitoring those as well, and we'll be sure to answer your inquiries as quickly as possible. Those on the Zoom call are also welcome to use the raise hand feature, and that's a great way to get our attention and let us know that you are wishing to share something. That's right in the bottom menu bar of the program. If you move your mouse to the bottom window, the bottom of the window, you'll see a bunch of buttons. One of them should be raise hand. It'll look like this. You see the little hand, and then we'll call on you as soon as possible. With that, I will toss it over to my fantastic co-host, Carl, to see if there's any other housekeeping elements that he would like to share before we get off to it.
Nothing in house cleaning, but I just want to thank you for the great job you do hosting and doing all the behind the scenes stuff for this call.
Awesome. I'm trying to, yeah, thank you very
And I
much.
think we might have a new friend, Amy, down there, so maybe we can get a quick introduction. We got two Amy's.
We got two Amy's tonight.
Yeah.
Where? Oh yeah, double Amy. Look at that. Welcome, double Amy's. We welcome new faces and new friends always. So we will toss the mic over to you guys first, and we'd love to know what brings you out and what's top of mind, top of heart for either of you.
If you don't feel like talking on
We have an unmute.
live, you can always use the chat.
I
Yep.
think, am I live now? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. We can hear
All right,
you.
so this is Amy, and I'm an oncology nurse, and I went through the cancer coach training. My just passion to really kind of advocate for patients wherever they're at in their journey. I have a nonprofit called Complementary Cancer Care that I do navigation and education, and so I've been pretty busy lately, but kind of been watching the emails, and I had a moment to get on to see what's been going on. So thank you for
Awesome.
inviting me.
Perfect. What was the name of your nonprofit again?
Yeah, it's called Complementary Cancer Care. It's BeatCancer.Org. It's out of Brevard County in Florida.
Awesome. Awesome. And when did you originally become a coach with our program here?
I think it was, I'm going to say 2 years ago, I believe. Like I said, my nursing is, I've been nursing for 34 years, and over half of that has been oncology. I have an oncology nursing certification, national certification. But I really appreciate the holistic approach, and every patient has a different path that they want to go on, and just meeting them where they're at and respecting that, and being there to help guide whatever direction that they're in.
Absolutely. That's what we're all about here. So thank you for coming back around. It's always amazing to see coaches that have been around but not necessarily coming around, start to take advantage of some of the new things that we're doing, like, getting these calls more popular. For your own knowledge, we also have private calls just for our coaches and staff. Those are on Mondays. We also have a group chat that's just for our coaches and students. So let's connect definitely after the call, and I'd love to, catch up and acquaint you with everything that we have going on newly here.
And one last thing, Amy, I
Huh?
just looked through our Find a Cancer Coach coach directory, and we don't have you in there. So yeah, please get in touch with us at support@beatcancer.org, and we'll certainly get you
Did
featured.
you? Okay, perfect. Yeah,
But,
I
yeah,
think I was in there. Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah, terrific. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, I'm the other Amy, and
Hi, Amy.
a friend of mine sent me forwarded the email this morning, and I just actually saw it about an hour ago and suggested I hop on. I went for an annual gynecology appointment in December and discovered that I had a rare aggressive form of cancer, high-grade clear cell carcinoma endometrium, so uterine cancer. I had a full hysterectomy and just had a PET scan yesterday, and I don't want to do chemo or radiation, and I'm looking for holistic things, and I'm trying to do a whole bunch of things. And so anyways, I just wanted to this actually is my first introduction to you. So that's my backstory. I'm doing high doses of vitamin C intravenously. I'm on quercetin. What else? Just a mix of things, and
Oxygen therapy.
Yeah.
The hydrogen peroxide.
oxygen therapy with the hydrogen peroxide. And anyways, so my surgery was December 30th, and I had my surgery in less than 2 weeks. So, and all the margins are clear. Everything so far looks like everything is clear. I don't quite have the PET scan, but what I could see, it looked like things also were clear. So they're just afraid that it will come back. And that's it. So I don't want to interrupt, but
No, no, not an interruption at
Oh,
all. This is
perfect.
exactly what these calls are for, to connect with the community, to see what's going on with everybody, and to see, most importantly, how we can help everyone. It sounds like your heart and your head are in the right place. I hear a lot of confidence coming from you. It sounds like
yeah,
whoever you're with right there is a very supportive partner, so that's also fantastic and
husband.
amazing. Love
Yeah,
it.
we're in the car, so I will shut off my mic once I figure out how to do that because I know it's probably noisy, but go ahead.
No, I mean, hey, that's we thank you for coming on and please don't apologize for sharing. We thank you for doing so. And there are so many ways to get involved with Beat Cancer and to we try to curate many different ways that you can learn and kind of present them like a buffet for you to choose from whatever you find fits your learning style or what makes sense for you. So, for example, these calls, you're welcome to keep attending these. The replays are also available to keep learning more. We have our in-house counselor who we offer counsel with. There's also a good variety of coaches, holistic cancer coaches, right on this call. There's even more on our directory. You're welcome to become a coach yourself, of course, if you want to, work through that knowledge yourself. And no matter which one of these or more that you're looking to take advantage of, myself, Carl, and even the other coaches are here to help you navigate that. So questions are always welcome. And if there's anything that we can do for you to assist you in navigating Beat Cancer, please, you could let us know right here or email us at support@beatcancer.org and we could chat after.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yep,
Yes, thank you for coming and thank you for talking too.
Thank you.
absolutely.
And I
Well,
think we have another new person. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Kristen Adams before.
yeah, Kristen Adams is a recent student of ours
Oh,
from a
okay.
short bit ago, but good to see her on the call. Absolutely.
Thanks. First time here, so
Awesome. How are you enjoying going through the course, Kristen?
I'm only in tier one because I've just been so busy with everything else. But I'm excited. I want to get it done before the Appleseed convention, which I'm
Ooh.
also coming to in at the end of
Oh,
February. So that's my
good.
goal. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Nice.
You
Well,
got,
now you've said it out loud to a whole bunch of people, so
Exactly. Now I'm accountable.
Oh man, I
it
love
can
it.
be done. It can be done.
Yes, yes, I think it can. Yeah, I just need to find the time. And with the holidays, it was rough. So I'm ready. I'm ready now.
Awesome.
So,
Ready to hit the
Zach,
music.
do you have Kristen on the list of all the coaches that are going with us?
I do believe so, but
Okay,
I'll
terrific.
verify.
Zach is so up on things. He knows who everybody is and
I do my
takes care of all
best.
that stuff. Good.
I definitely do my best. Do I have your name on the list? No, I don't, but I'll add it. Kristen, you're in the group chat, aren't you? Or are you not?
I am not sure. And on Telegram, is that what it
Tel-
is?
Yeah, yeah.
Telegram, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on there yet. No.
Cool. I'll toss a link over to you in this Zoom chat, and then you can hop in there too.
Okay,
Oh,
great. Thank you.
I do have you on the list.
Oh,
Good.
good.
Great place to ask questions.
Perfect. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. While I'm doing that, I'll toss it over to Carl to
It's
into the
Annie
recording.
Appleseed's coming up soon. It's very exciting. How many coaches do you think we have going now?
On my list is you, me, Maya, Kristen, Jackie, Yvette, Ethan, Zane, Deb, Kara, and I'm sure there's more that haven't told us yet.
Yep. And then we have some people that are in roundtables. There's going to be speaking at the roundtables. We have another one that's speaking on stage. Um, Great stuff. Great stuff to see our community of coaches being featured in these events.
Yep, I see your request, Gretchen. I will send you a link to the Telegram as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And for those who don't have the context, we have a private community group chat that is exclusively for our students and our coaches and our staff. And this is kind of like an inner circle way for us to connect, share resources, chat, and really collaborate throughout the week, even between our weekly calls. And speaking of Jackie, here she is. Awesome. Awesome, awesome.
Another coach Jackie.
I believe that's Jackie Marks,
Oh,
a new student.
yeah. Yeah, so okay, let's go ahead and if nobody has any questions that are pressing, let's go ahead and announce one of the questions that we have.
All right. So, as a reminder, these are some questions that have been selected by our fantastic social media team. Some interesting topics to go over. They will be pitched to the group, and we welcome all thoughts and opinions. You don't have to be a coach necessarily, or even a student. If you have something to say about these topics, we're here to chat and explore and agree or disagree and just explore overall, see what there is to learn. So let me see, where is this question here? All right. So the first question or topic for the group is adaptogens. So adaptogens are really popular these days in certain health circles, for example, in the biohacking group. And they're known for brain health and other health benefits. So the question to the group are, what do you think about adaptogens? And what are some of the adaptogens that people might want to take a look at and consider taking?
Adaptogens like what you find in certain mushrooms, is that what we're talking about?
An adaptogen, to my knowledge, and this isn't even something that I'm hugely familiar on, yeah, it's something that can help the body manage and return to balance. So, yeah, when I search it, it is coming up. It's not necessarily mushrooms, it's a plant or a mushroom extract. And my knowledge of adaptogens is that they adapt to the body of whoever's taking them. And so they don't necessarily work the same in every single person that takes them. But I'm not an expert. Let's open it up to the group to see what anyone thinks of this topic.
I'm excited to hear.
Nope, you're on the right lines there, Zach. They do adapt to the body. I think most people know adaptogens as like something that helps with mental health and mental clarity. A lot of them are actually mushrooms, such as like lion's mane, rhodiola, and then there's some herbs too that are ones. And this one's probably one that you guys have heard of is ashwagandha. So that's another one that helps calm you down. So they can boost your immune system, they can help with your clarity, they can help balance hormones, just overall well-being and health. So they're pretty all around great things. You can get them, just as a supplement, but you can also eat the mushrooms too. I personally have some of the adaptogens. I have them separately, and just depending on what I'm needing during the day or, each day, I will take different ones. So there's rhodiola and schizandra as another one. And a lot of these actually help with ADHD and stress responses too. So they help calm the nervous system in the body.
Amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing things. And I've known that some people that have even started just taking lion's mane and have them see significant results with it too. So I actually was turned on to them and actually found out
Oh,
about them through an old patient of mine. And she knew that I had had cancer, and she actually told me about turkey tail, and that's how I started falling down that rabbit hole. But yeah, they're pretty good little things for you.
awesome. So some of your favorites sound like turkey tail, lion's mane, ashwagandha, and
Rhodiola. I'm probably, ginseng is another one, too, and ginkgo biloba, those can also help. So kind of just think of it, anything that's going to help with your mental health and clarity, and then also help with nervous system function.
awesome.
hmm
Awesome. Thank you for
let's
sharing.
see. Yeah, yeah.
Let's share.
Awesome. Who else has thoughts on adaptogens? And there are seemingly plenty of them to have thoughts on. Nobody at all.
Yeah, don't be shy. This is your time.
Um, well, I actually take turkey tail, and it was recommended to me from my integrative oncologist while I was doing chemo to help keep my white blood cells up. And so that's kind of the reason why I've been introduced to them. And so it's always worked for me in that way. And so, yeah, I'm I'm definitely interested to hear more about them for sure.
Awesome.
Well, and a lot of these too, I should probably point out, you can actually take most of them daily. There are some that you do have to watch for, especially if like you have kidney function issues or liver function issues. And you need to make sure that you drink enough water. But ashwagandha is one that you can only take for about 3 months, and then you need, or 12 weeks, and then you need to take about a month off. And that's because if you do have anything going on with your liver, it can cause liver damage. So you do just need to be more careful with that one. But most of them you can take every day.
Awesome. A very good caveat, because with, powerful remedies, powerful supplements, powerful extracts, whatever we're talking about, it's important to use them responsibly. And in the wrong circumstances, they could perhaps be a little harmful. So great disclaimer there.
And
I
that
was
seems
going to
like
add
one of
that.
yeah.
I was going to add that, Marinette. I'm glad you did. Yeah, ashwagandha. A lot of people really grab onto it and take it, but it's something definitely to watch out for if you have, yeah, because it can cause liver issues, and if you have liver issues already too, it's not one of the best ones to take. There are so many others out there. The holy basil, maca root, Asian
Yes.
ginseng, reishi mushrooms, Siberian ginseng. Or Siberian mushrooms, and goji berries also are good.
Mhm.
Other options to take.
Awesome. Awesome. And Miss Steptoe in the chat mentioned when taking chemo, I have found that some of the herbal teas I love to drink interfere with my chemo. I have to stick with green tea right now. And so, yeah, that's another, another important caveat. When we are taking certain pharmaceuticals, there could be some interactions there. So if someone's going that route, then absolutely, you want to make sure that you're not, doing anything that's contraindicated or interfering with whatever you're doing already.
I might want to also add that we recommend a green tea. That would be Tea for Health. It's Dr. Lee's green tea. It's the only tea that's actually gone through the FDA process to actually have in it what it says it has in it in the label. I know there's a lot to do with how it's grown, and not only how it's grown, but how it's harvested. Um, so that's an excellent tea. It's Dr. Lee's green tea, and you can find it at teaforhealth.com. And
Amazing.
they'll give you a discount if you mention Be Cancer.
Amazing. We'll toss it over to Bobby. I'm going to step away for a moment. I need to get myself some water. So over to you, Bobby.
Speaking of water, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. This is a little different from ashwagandha and all those incredible herbs and the things you can take. I love the beginning of this call that it talks about 90% can be absolutely cured or eliminated. There's a lot our body can do. So water, hydrogen water. I don't know if anyone knows about that, but I'm in with scientists that have 23 parts per million. It's an incredible formula, and it helps with chemo. It helps with the whole body, goes through your body within less than 2 minutes through 40, 50, 60 trillion cells. It's an incredible product, and I absolutely suggest it to a lot of people that have cancer. And by the way, I have to tell you one thing that I'm really excited about. I had last year an 89-year-old man join me, and he really trusted me, and I didn't know he was a biochemist. And also, he owned his own diagnostic clinic that he consulted with 1,500 doctors, had no idea, but he went on a protocol. And we never know if this is going to help. We don't know how your body's going to react to anything. But what I'm so excited, this is 10 years, well, he just turned 90, and I just spoke to him. He had stage 4 prostate cancer in his bones. And I am telling you, I am a believer. Your body can rejuvenate, regenerate, renew. It can do it. And now stage 4 cancer and in his bones, and it is out of his bones now. And
Mm.
he still consults with people. So it's one of I'm just so excited that this has happened to him. But we've had many, many other I love all the coaches and the people that have just sincerely, genuinely, really want to help people. And every bit of information, I learned so much from all of you. And I just think we just need to hold hands and just keep going and help as many people as we can. But hydrogen water, if anyone wants to know about it, you can contact me. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Maya, you came on a little bit late, so the topic is adaptogens, yay or nay? Oh, just plug it in. Plug it in.
Sorry, yeah, let me plug it in so I won't scream.
And
Of course,
got the
Zach, while
Into
she's
my,
doing that
yeah,
really
into
quick,
my
just
computer here. Yeah. Sorry, was it like adaptogens?
Yeah, what are
that
some
was
of your favorite adaptogens and, just overall thoughts on them and their use?
Okay. Well, adaptogens are the word itself, it says adaptogen. That means your body can adapt to it. And that is not something that you have to take continuously. You can, if you have problems, you can start taking. I heard about ashwagandha and other things, which is good to take it temporarily. The bottom line is to learn why there's a problem and why ashwagandha works temporarily, because uh, when you take adaptogens, the body is going to respond to it, and it's going to work first, like maybe a couple of months, but then it's going to stop working because body is going to get adapted to that. And either you have to increase the dose or change to something else. So all the herbs, I believe, is like they're good for us, but not on a continuous, um, implementing them continuously. So that's what I know about adaptogens. Same thing as ashwagandha. I love ashwagandha. For example, if I'm stressed, overstressed, I would take it, but definitely not taking it every single day. I would take it at the most, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That would be max. And then I would cut it off. If I need to switch, I would switch to something else, but or not to take anything. And combining them with other stuff, like for example, magnesium or any other mineral, sometimes they have a better action in the body. So that's what I could say, like briefly about adaptogens.
Thank you. Thank you. Annette, it seemed like you had something to say before Maya got on.
Yep, I was just going to mention too, to help adaptogens, let me rephrase that, to help adaptogens actually work a little bit better. Sometimes it's advised actually to, like if you're taking it in the morning, if you have a supplement or whatever, to use coconut oil. Have a little bit of coconut oil with it to be able to help them work a little bit better. And then it also helps decrease the inflammation in the body, especially in the brain, and it helps your brain function a little bit better.
Yeah. The mostly herbs belong to adaptogenic groups. So that's why we always have to be cautious, particularly the ones that interfere with brain fat function and brain activity neurotransmitters, such as like holy basil or other things. We just have to be very cautious about it when we take them, because
So
stopping them, when body get used to that and then people stop them, they might have like withdrawal effect. Some of them. So that's another thing that people have to be very aware of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just
you're
monitoring.
saying that we could grow a tolerance to it, and you're
that's
also
another
saying that there could be contraindications between different herbs.
Right. And then plus like if people on any sort of medications, they have to look for that too, particularly when it comes to antidepressant, and they would add like holy basil or kava or whatever that could interfere with the medications they're on, or they might have opposite side effects instead of working for people. It all depends on microbiome, on combination of the drugs, what their food is, what their diet is. All depends on those things. It just because it says that it's good for that, that doesn't mean people have to jump on it and take it. The very first thing that people would have to, what people have to do, try to find the problem and eliminate the cause of the problem instead of just bringing over the medications, adding supplements such as adaptogens.
Do you think
Absolutely.
it would be a good thing to know about if there was a site that would that you could put in herbs or whatever and look for contraindications between herbs
Right.
and or does anybody
Yeah.
know a good site for that?
I don't know a
There.
site specifically for contraindications, but a good reference I like to use is called Earth Clinic. Earthclinic.com, I believe. Yeah, earthclinic.com. And it's kind of a crowdsourced information hub where you can look through different ailments and see different holistic things that people say might be helpful, or you could go the other way and look at different remedies and see all the different things that they're used for. This is not me fully advocating for every bit of information you'll see on that website. Always do your due diligence in all things, but it is an interesting resource and one that I use personally to cross-reference
Right.
at least with some things.
Yeah. People have to be aware. We always had those herbs available, but nowadays in our generation, we just keep taking them continuously, which we never had done before. And that's sort of the thing that we have to always think about, to take them just when we need them. If we don't need them, they're still drugs. Just because they're made out of earth, that doesn't mean they're not drugs. They're still drugs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have some comments coming in on Facebook that I just want to give a shout out to. We have our friend Jerry saying there's this dog deworming thing. It's like formaldehyde or something. Also, some blue dye that is
Oh.
used by the big guys in the black suits. Also, coffee enemas and apricot seed pods. All right, a lot going on there. Yeah, dewormers and antiparasitic medications are very popular these days for all sorts of ailments. I'm not sure what you're going for with formaldehyde. You might be thinking of fenbendazole or ivermectin. There's also menbendazole, etc. Um, Lots of differing opinions on those. Some are finding great success. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure if you're just bringing it up or if you have a question about them. The blue dye is methylene blue. That is a synthetic fabric dye that for somehow, some way, people started ingesting and finding that it was um, reducing inflammation and helping, allegedly helping their brain in all these different ways. I personally have used a methylene blue balm, like a skin balm, infused with methylene blue, and found it to be very helpful for inflammation and injuries and muscle sprains, etc. So that's another interesting use, but a lot of people do take it orally. Again, that's methylene blue. Will information come out sometime from now that it's also having side effects? Maybe, I don't know. It's something new and certainly interesting, but I've
Well,
seen. Go ahead.
it's not new. It's been around a while. I mean,
Oh, really?
we grew up with methylene blue, but it was a fabric dye. Okay,
Okay.
we used to we used to use it as a fabric dye, especially white clothes, after we would wash it. But it's in the medicine has been used for a while, but uh for certain conditions. But now it's been showing more and more use for different health conditions. But again, just because it's trendy, that doesn't mean people have to jump on it and grab it, right?
Yeah.
So
It's fun though. It's crazy. It's like one of those ones where it's flashy because of the color. It's really cool. It's bright
right,
blue, you know?
right,
The product I had with it was, like a skin balm and it was itself was bright blue and it's just, I don't know, there's something fun about it.
right, right.
But
That is so true. There, as I always say, there's 1,000 things that would help cancer or any other health condition. It's just humanly impossible to implement all of them.
of
We
course.
have to always learn what's the best thing for our own body to do it. That's all.
Course, of course.
Yeah.
And it's important not to get paralyzed either in the research and like, oh, we could do this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. Sometimes you just have to follow your head, but also your heart, and just find something or some set of things, and then, you know, do them, rather than trying to find every single last thing in the world. The other things that were mentioned there, coffee enemas. Yeah, those are massively, massively talked about, not just in our curriculum and from our founder, but by many other people to be helpful with detoxification, which is, of course, vital in a cancer circumstance or really just in general.
Yeah.
However, to my knowledge, and some of our coaches can speak more so than I, coffee enemas are something that are very powerful and also need to be um, made sure that you're not doing them if you're in a circumstance where you shouldn't be doing them. Because to my knowledge, they can be detrimental in some circumstances. So I'll open the floor to our coaches to speak on that.
I
Yeah.
might add to that topic just a little bit. I
Oh,
I think they're good at least quarterly, but definitely before cold and flu season and after. And I used them when I was on Lyme's treatment. When I would go through the Herxheimer effect, it was when all the Lyme's critters were dying and whatever else, then they would get loaded up, and I would feel very sick from that. And the coffee enemas helped immensely with that.
Yeah,
So that's my two
absolutely.
cents.
Over to Bobby.
thank you. So the coffee enemas, it's very interesting because my doctor was telling me a lot about it quite a while ago. And just a caution when you're using coffee, be careful with the coffee. In California now, they are putting labels. A warning could cause cancer, just like they have on toothpaste and on toothpaste, coffee, and there was another one. But I know that you want to make sure that it doesn't have the like mold and acrylamides that come from roasting. I don't think that's good to be inserting into your body. So just make sure of the quality of your coffee. And there are coffees that are no that have no toxins in it. So
A fair point. Not all coffees are made the same. There's different roasts, there's different beans, obviously organic and sprayed with at least less pesticides or hopefully better pesticides is ideal. I've lived on a coffee farm for 6 months and I saw what they do. They spray a lot of glyphosate, I'll tell you that. And this was even, like a small family farm, and I'll tell you, they were going crazy with the glyphosate. So yeah, it definitely is something to be mindful of because, obviously our food is our food, but our drinks are also being consumed. And when you take that coffee bean and grind it and soak it in water, where's all that glyphosate going? So
yeah,
keep it in
yes.
mind. And then the last thing in that comment I was reading on Facebook was apricot seeds. Yeah, there seems to be something to those apricot seeds because we seem to get in trouble every time we go talking about them. So it's
That's how you know.
Yeah. Um, can I add something about coffee
yeah,
enemas? Yeah, coffee enemas. I believe so. Dr. Kelly was the first one who invented. I mean, like who put it in 1920s or 1930s, and um, Dorson therapy does have that coffee enema, and then Dr. Nick Gonzalez picked it up from after in 70s, 90s. The reason, the way Dr. Gonzalez was explaining about coffee enemas, they do work by dilating liver and gallbladder ducts and stimulating production of glutathione. The compounds in the coffee stimulate the production of glutathione, which is a antioxidant, and it helps to flush out the toxin, particularly heavy metals, by dilating like a liver ducts. And again, people have to know, like when people do it, some of my clients were doing were doing coffee enemas, but they would do them in the evening time before they have to go to sleep, and it would keep them up all night. So even though even though the caffeine does not work the way if you ingest like internally, I mean, if you drink it, it's a different action of the caffeine on the body, but it still would keep people up. So when you do coffee enemas, it's better to do it early in the morning, first thing in the morning. Or if you do it twice a day or 3 times a day, keep it before certain hours so you won't stay up all night.
And make sure that is a quality.
Yes, organic,
Make sure
mold free. I would always push on that, like mold free.
and
Yeah,
it has some quality in it. So I
right.
have information on a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's so important. Thank you.
Awesome. I see Annette has a hand up.
Yeah, I was just going to mention for the people that are really unable to kind of do that, I'm actually one of them. So if you've had any colon surgeries, bowel surgeries, you do need to be a little bit more careful. Some
Right.
of us are not able to do them because of those things. So just really make sure that you work with your coach and your providers, you know, on that, if it's safe for you or not.
Right.
Mhm.
Awesome. I'm just going through our Facebook comments here. They're going crazy. As a reminder, I did put a link in the Facebook comment section for anyone that wishes to join us on the Zoom, or you can go to BeatCancer.org and hit the weekly call button at the top of the screen in the top menu bar.
We have somebody that dropped in recently, kind of. Susan Haddon, is she a coach?
Susan, I've been watching the Facebook. Where are we? Susan Haddon.
Yeah.
Suzanne Haddon. Doesn't
Mm.
the last name doesn't sound familiar. I know we have plenty of Suzannes. But yeah, to our new friend, Suzanne, we welcome you to grab the mic and let us know what's on the top of your mind and anything that you'd like to go over. I will prompt you to unmute here. And thank you for all the participation to our friends on Facebook. Keep the comments coming, and we will address them as they come.
Can I add something about apricot kernels? I know there was a question.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, apricot kernels that we have to be aware of, it contains chemicals such as cyanide and other chemicals, amygdalin, you know. It does do its work. It does show some anti-cancer properties, but it's not the only thing that people can focus on and hope like to get rid of cancer. You know, it does have an anti-cancer property, but that doesn't mean people have to focus, particularly when people have colon or any digestive problems or colon, like a SIBO or colon cancer. They're actually going to damage the digestive system because breaking and absorbing and digesting apricot kernels is harsh on the body. And people with digestive issues, they're not gonna benefit from it. As I said, it just because trendy and it's because everyone talks about it doesn't mean people have to jump on everything and consume. You always have to work with someone who is more aware of things like that and just make sure you're getting the right stuff, you know.
Yeah, I think that also a habit is not knowing the dose or when to start, when to stop. I mean,
Right.
tomatoes have
Yeah.
anti-cancer properties, lycopene, and
Everything.
they made a drug to mimic the
Yeah,
the lycopene in tomatoes, and tomatoes actually work way better than the drug clinically. So
they do. Yeah. Apricot kernels, for example, if people get like a IV infusions, like amygdalin of IV infusions, it might do the job.
right,
But
like
just
Lysol,
consuming, like just by consuming 10, 20 apricot kernels, that's not like, you know, it's not directly kind of affect the cancer. I mean, it does have anti-cancer properties. Broccoli has anti-cancer properties, you know, or every fruit and vegetable does have it. But that doesn't mean if you just eat broccoli all day long, it's going to kill the cancer cells, right? So the same thing with the apricot kernels. They're just like they do have some percentage, but they are not main course of treating cancer, I would say. Let's say it this way. They might be additional to something, but main focus has to be something else.
A
and what
great.
would that IV be called? What is that? Laetrile?
Laetrile, amygdalin, yeah, those are the compounds. B17, I mean, they call them different, they have a different names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about putting an assortment of different things into the body in different ways, but what do we think about putting nothing into the body. Someone is
Mm.
asking about what the panel thinks about doing a 10-day fast, for
Oh
example,
yeah, love them.
if given a cancer diagnosis.
That's perfect, I would say, to do. If people can handle to do 10 days like fasting. Again, fasting, you have to know how to do it. The water fasting was minerals, and you cannot just drink water and do fasting. A particular dry fasting, I think you're gonna be depleted in mineral and become more dehydrated. So the fasting is great, but you have to work with someone, to help you out through the process of fasting.
Absolutely. Not all fasts are made the same, and everyone's body being in a different circumstance can, put it in a greater or lesser state of success in fasting. There's also biological differences between men and women and the natural cycles of the body, and that has to be considered in the planning of a fast for the ultimate success. Obviously, as our bodies go through different cycles, or are in different hormonal cycles, there will be different demands on the body. So, it's important to understand your individual circumstances and what's going on in your body to set yourself up for success there. Um,
Yeah, there are any other coaches on fasting?
I just had a question, not a question actually, just a comment with that too. Fasting is fantastic, like Maya said, but it's when you're not fasting. Once you come off that 10-day fast, it's what you put back into that body is going to make an even bigger difference as well. It goes hand in hand. So if you're going to fast for 10 days and then go, to every drive-through in your town and eat whatever they have to offer, probably not the best idea. Probably not, you're wasting your time doing a fast. And again, not one size fits all. You figure out what worked best for you with your body and what complements that with your fasting as well.
And I
absolutely.
believe I heard that you should inch back in too. You don't want to just go dive right back into eating. You might start with bone broths and things like that to get the body used to having something in
Yeah,
again.
Especially if you're
yeah,
going to change it as well.
right. During the fast, the microbiome changes. The people have to understand if there's the cells, the body is gonna eliminate all the weak cells first. And then it's gonna go it's gonna eliminate all the glucose first, and then it switches to fat. So, but the fat do contain a lot of toxins. They get stored in the fat. So when the body is gonna switch to using the fat as a source of energy during the fast, those toxins has to come out of your body, and you have to know how to properly detoxify. That's why drinking water and knowing how to drink that water so you can get properly hydrated, not just like a drinking water and flashing out more electrolytes. So everything matters, but the fasting is great, I would say.
So we got a question back to the enemas. If someone isn't able to do a coffee enema, are there other types of enemas that are beneficial for detoxification, etc.?
Yeah, plain water enema, herbal and herbal enemas, herbal enemas are great. Yeah.
A green tea.
I mean, there's more green tea. Green tea. Yeah, I mean, there's more. I don't know if I can say it out loud, but I would.
I don't have a problem with it. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, there's a DMSO enemas. There's MSM enemas. So people can do tons of different enemas if they
Oh
want
yeah.
to do. Yeah.
I'll put my, recommendation behind DMSO. That is some fantastic stuff. Be very careful with it in the handling of it, in the storage of it, but in itself or in conjunction with other materials or substances, it can be a very powerful tool. Um, yeah, in your repertoire. That's dimethyl sulfoxide, DMSO.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
powerful stuff. Think of it like the way I look at it is it takes what you're using, anything else that you're using it with, and just permeates the body. It's really great at
Right.
infiltrating the cells, getting into the body, and bringing whatever's around it in with it.
Yeah. When people are taking pharmaceutical drugs, it's going to enhance those drugs absorption. It's gonna double that. And you gotta be very careful the way you're using the DMSO. That's why I didn't want to bring it because people jump on it and they start using without knowing much. So you have to be very careful the way you're using DMSO because it just picks up everything around like a magnet and it would put it back into your body.
Yep, it is one of the things to be ultimately careful in handling. Please do your due diligence, do your due research with all things, but especially with extremely powerful things like that. So, yeah, it's crazy. I once had it in a glass bottle and it like permeated through the bottle and was sweating like through the label. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was just sitting there. Extreme
Yeah.
stuff. Let's see what else we got.
We have a comment in the chat here, without saying any names. We can just read that
Yep.
off.
Someone said, I agree with you regarding the fasting. I went on a 40-day fast, lost 10 pounds, and did not consider altering my chemo amount. I am still experiencing hoarseness and foot hand syndrome. So are you saying that, and you're welcome to grab the mic and clarify or go back in the chat, you're saying that you didn't alter your chemo amount after losing all the pounds, and so it hit you harder? Is that what's being said here?
They, they have a formula on how they give you your chemo. They measure your chemo amount, and so they consider your weight, your height, your body mass index, and they're multiplying it by times 1,800. So by losing the 10 pounds, that wasn't the weight that I started out with. When they factored in the amount of chemo that I should be taking.
Mm, I see. Yeah, well, that's definitely an important consideration when we're dealing with dosages and certain things like that. Yeah, if we make rapid changes in our body weight and it's not readapted for, um, yeah, it could definitely do a number. But yeah, we won't we won't strain your voice again, but thank you for sharing that. That's a very important point to bring up for individuals that are in the midst of chemotherapy protocols or really any protocol whatsoever that is weight dependent. So thank you for bringing that up.
Can I just add to that too? I think this brings up a really good point of, this is a point where you can advocate for yourself too. If you're really concerned about, the dosage and whatnot with your chemotherapy, advocate and speak to your provider about it, that is ordering that medication for you. And they're usually really good about answering those questions. Sometimes they get so busy and there's other things going on and they don't have as much time with you that there's some things that might be left out. So definitely, if you have questions like that at any time, definitely get with your provider and ask them those questions. It's your body, your health. So
Absolutely. We have a couple people in the Facebook chat mentioning that they currently have a diagnosis and are looking for some options or recommendations. Of course, on these public calls, we can't, give explicit recommendations for a diagnosis right here and right now. And of course, any responsible information and recommendation would only follow up after a proper intake questionnaire to understand someone's entire circumstance and, state of health and well-being, not just a particular diagnosis. So for any of my friends that are asking for specific advice on their diagnosis in the chat, we welcome you to email us at support@beatcancer.org. We can connect you with our in-house naturopathic doctor with whom we offer counseling. There's also several holistic cancer coaches that are available for hire right here on this call, and several others listed in the Find a Cancer Coach directory. You're also welcome to become a coach yourself if you're looking to self-empower and learn in that way, or any of the above, all of the above. But either way, you can email us at support@beatcancer.org, and we can point you more towards any of those links. I'll also go through the Facebook chat after we get off the call and be sure to provide the links to the comments as best as I can as well. That said, we have someone asking about soursop, another hot topic, very popular one to talk about. I see Maya's face lighting up already. Are we gonna get this?
Will we get banned for this one? I don't know.
I don't know. They kind of not as they don't censor us as much as they do about the apricot stuff. But yeah, soursop, to my knowledge, is said to be very powerful, but it could be another one of those things that is just fun to talk about. This nice tropical fruit. Soursop is delicious though, so if you can get it, I
Is
don't
it
see
really? It
why not.
looks gross. I never had it.
Oh, it's delicious. It's like a if you get a ripe one, it's like a blend of like pineapple, mango, like it's like a very tropical flavor. The texture is kind of mushy gushy, gross if you're grossed out like that, but it's definitely not one of those like disgusting fruit. I've had some disgusting fruit, like noni fruit. Has anyone
Jack?
ever had a noni fruit? Oh
Yeah.
my God. They are also said to be very anti-cancerous, uh, but they smell and taste like feet, like cheesy feet. It's disgusting.
Mm.
But soursop I think is quite good. Anyway, any thoughts on soursop? No thoughts on soursop. That's all right.
Nobody's jumping in.
No,
Wow.
I can tell. I just want to give people an opportunity to talk if they
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah,
to.
yeah. It looks like Jackie's got something to say.
Yeah, I can't speak on soursop, but I could speak on noni fruit because when I was recently in Kauai, I went to where they have the noni trees and they cultivate the noni, and I bought some because I was told all the benefits, and they make it in a fruit leather, and you just take a 2x2 piece of the fruit leather and you can roll it up and put it in your mouth, and it's very palatable. So I just wanted to let people know that.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. When I was traveling around Puerto Rico, again, another tropical place, I lived in a house that had a noni tree right in the front yard, and they would just boom, all fall in the yard, and yeah, that didn't smell good, but it was great. Awesome.
I guess on the Maya, she had something to say about the
Yeah.
or
Well,
something.
what I want to say is soursop similar to like apricot kernels. So they're like a kind of side supplements, I would say, that are going to benefit cancer, but directly not do a big, huge effect on the cancer if there's nothing more aggressive would be involved in there. Okay, they might support people throughout the process. The biggest thing I think about soursop is like affects the blood glucose levels. And so that's why I said like there's so many things in there, and I think people get too overwhelmed when they start looking for tons of different things and trying to get everything what they can put their hands on, and they get more stressed out on that. And then because I've been there myself, and then when you want to take them every day, you have all this 25, 30 supplements, and you want to like you have to throughout the day, you go, oh, I got to take this, oh, I got to take it. I figured it out based on my own experience that I was stressing myself out more, and we have to always think like a less is best than consuming more stuff. So directly, yes, it does, but directly toward like just by consuming soursop. And then we always have to think of the way they process them. Does the processing soursop would hold the same compounds that the fruit itself has it?
So
So
you're saying that the supplement graviola might not be as beneficial as the actual fruit itself.
that's what I would say that, but again,
I would
I'm
say that for
not.
most things because they have all
Yeah.
the phytochemicals that you just don't get in the supplements.
Right, because stuff like graviola, for example, they do affect the insulin and I think GLP, if I'm not mistaken, like that favorite word right now, everyone is using GLP and glucose. But then our body tend to have those, I mean, has to work without those supplement, and we just need to know you cannot just possibly consume just because like graviola or soursop would help with lowering blood sugar levels. That doesn't mean people can eat carbohydrates and take graviola, to lower their blood sugar levels. Do you know what I'm saying? So instead of putting all the supplement just because they're health, it's better just to cut down on carbohydrate and not to buy all the stuff and just focus on the main course of the cancer. Like that.
Maya, are you saying look at your diet?
Yeah, I was kind of saying that. I don't know. I don't know if that
It's huge.
yeah. It's
Everything,
huge.
yeah, everything kind of centers and goes right back to that main root piece. It's what we put in our bodies.
Exactly. I just made a post actually on that one. It's like, diet. The food is the main thing that keeps us alive. And we gain muscles because of food. We get nutrients from food. And how is it possible? The food doesn't matter when it comes to cancer.
On the note of putting things in our bodies, we have a comment on the Facebook saying, will the spike protein in the vaccine affect your body trying to heal from cancer?
Oh, we're definitely getting banned for this one.
Who'd like to take that one?
Wait, my tinfoil hat is just like glowing white hot now.
Okay, so
We can't say.
everything that you put in your body is going to affect your body. And foreign substances and foreign agents that don't really belong in the body's not going to be happy about them. And when the body's not happy about anything in it, it's going to be hampered in its ability to heal. I think that's as neutral an answer I can give there.
Yeah, without being thrown off the platforms.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, short answer, I would think it was prudent if someone's in that circumstance to do some detoxification protocols. One, it'd be important to not freak out because I think a lot of people, not wrongfully, but doofully stress out when they realize they may have made a decision that they regret and can work themselves up and stress themselves up so much about it that they definitely do harm to themselves through the stress. So I think the important thing is to understand that in a particular circumstance, okay, what has done has been done. You can't time travel back and make a different choice, but we can set our bodies up for maximum success in perhaps purging what isn't meant to be in our bodies. Obviously, the basics go a long way in setting the foundation for healing. That goes back to a healthy diet of food, healthy water, healthy everything around you as a foundation. There also seem to be some very powerful claims. I'm not backing any, but there are some claims out there of different this, that, or the other that are said to detox the spike protein. I haven't experimented out of lacking a necessity to, but that's worth looking into. Yeah, I'd say do the best you can to support the body's natural detoxing cycles, and you can get in contact with us after if you want, or join our private community where we share additional resources and different things that we find that might be helpful. Yeah, I'm
That was
reading.
pretty good, Zach.
Yeah.
If I was answering that question, we'd be banned an instant.
Well, I'll go harder if you want. That's
No,
fine.
that's all right. We're good.
I kept it
Yeah.
chill for you. I'll say what I really think.
Prudence is key on that one.
Yeah. People have to understand one thing. Anything that comes from outside into the body has to adjust chemically and has to learn how to balance itself. In most cases, it doesn't work the way that we would like that. So there's a lot of chemical changes has to go inside the body for body to learn what just came from outside and try to deal with it. And people who have health issues and health conditions unfortunately cannot deal with it very well. But that doesn't mean people cannot detox. I'm seeing like people who are on a healthier lifestyle, life choices, they do better with those proteins than others who are not, you know, kind of on the healthy side.
You bring up a really good point because I mean, it's really about supporting our bodies and enhancing what we already have. How can we support ourselves best? Well, if we're around a bunch of toxins that are already going to harm us, we have a ton of stress. If our lifestyles are too unbalanced, I mean, the focus should be that foundational of trying to get us back to homeostasis, that balance, and support what we have. Because the body is extremely powerful. It knows how to detox all of those things. Sometimes you don't even need all those special drinks or powders or whatever else. If you support your body properly, it's going to detox itself the way that it's meant to.
Yep,
Perfect.
absolutely. Someone
We
saying,
got what we got going on, Zach. We're at the top of the hour, so
what do you say? We have Dylan on? Who's Dylan?
what's that?
I didn't hear what you had said.
I said we're at the top of the hour, so we'll see how many questions we got left.
Cool, yeah. The comments are slowing down a little bit. Someone's dropping some info in the chat saying that they wouldn't necessarily worry about the spike protein, but whatever else is in there in those mad science concoctions. Good point. There's a lot of nasty stuff. Um, yeah, more people asking about their particular diagnoses and looking to get in touch with people who can give them options. So coaches on the chat, after we hop off here, go over to our Facebook and there's people looking for help. Give them a comment, drop your contact information. For anyone that's in the chat or watching the live stream, if you liked what one of our coaches here has had to say, consider giving them a call and working with them. We also have other coaches. We also have our in-house doctor that we offer counseling with. There are a lot of people that you can speak to, our friends that are commenting and looking for help. So, and if all else, you can always email us at support@beatcancer.org. And again, we will point you towards our assortment of resources. I see someone's emailing us already as I say that. Well done for following instructions. Thank you for not making me say this for no reason. So cool. Yeah, fantastic call, everybody. We got through one of our scheduled topics and plenty of others. And I think we all learned a lot here tonight. So
Yeah, excellent. Thank you so much.
for those that are watching the replay or on social media, or right here on this call, we're live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please be sure to adjust for your local time zone. You can join us on the Zoom itself by going to BeatCancer.org, clicking on the weekly call button right at the top. You can catch the replays of these calls on social media, or again by going to that BeatCancer.org/weekly call page. And at the bottom is a link to our YouTube where they all get stored. Feel free to pitch comments to us throughout the week that you'd like us to cover in our next call, and we will take them under consideration. And remember that nothing that you've heard here tonight is intended to be medical advice. We are just having fun here. So, with that in mind, we thank everyone for coming out. This has been a lot of fun, a lot of great information shared. I look forward to hearing what people think when they watch the replay. Thank you to our coaches for coming on, and we will see everybody next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.